Well, thank you for joining us here at 5 News for the latest news where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. Now let's talk about elections. Today, candidates running for Arkansas Attorney General will square off in a debate. Now this is at 10 o'clock this morning. This debate will be happening on the University of Central Arkansas's campus. It will be streamed live by Arkansas PBS. Of course, we'll have that link for you to watch it at 5newsonline.com. Make sure you have the notifications for the 5 News app turned on. We'll send you a notification when this debate begins. And you know, it may be cold right now, but we're hoping for a bit of a warm up. Let's check in with 5 News meteorologist Zach Scott. Zach, we're hoping for some warmer temperatures ahead.
That's right, Joe. We got to get through one more day, a little chilly still, and then we're going to see a big warm-up take off very quickly. All right, for today, we're in the 50s, so it's still chilly outside, not as cool as the 40s and low 50s we saw across the region on Tuesday. And the big takeaway today is we've got lighter winds around. We've had a breezy north wind the last couple days. That's been chilly, adding into the uncomfortable weather that's been with us. But a lighter wind today, still cool in the 50s. Could get a 60-degree reading or two. Better chance for that closer to LaFleur County, southeast Oklahoma. But you can see the change is happening here, right? No longer are we talking about widespread 20s and teens mixing in. We're talking about 30s. So we're slowly going to start getting warmer, not only during the overnight hours, but during the afternoon too. Look, we get a west wind today. We get a south-southwest wind coming in tomorrow. We're talking Thursday. We're jumping up to the 70s. We'll continue to climb. 70s to 80s are mixing in as we get into the weekend. Right now, the weekend not looking too bad. Again, as I mentioned, much warmer, but still dry. Rain chances start to come back in Monday into Tuesday. Of course, we saw some rain last weekend. We could use another round of rain. Right now, Joe, it looks like maybe the best chance for showers could be more across the River Valley into the Ouachita, so the southern half of the area Monday into Tuesday. We'll try to spread those rain chances a little further north as we get closer.
All right. Thanks so much, Zach. Well, a man arrested in connection with the disappearance of Allison Castro. It will be in court today. Jail records show Casey Jennings is set to appear before the Washington County Circuit Court. He's facing charges of capital murder and abuse of a corpse. Now, Jennings was arrested on September 26th in connection with the disappearance and murder of Allison Castro. Fayetteville police tell us they're still searching for her remains. They did call off a search at Beaver Lake near Highway 12 last month. And police in eastern Oklahoma are still conducting interviews, looking through surveillance footage and waiting on phone records, all in connection to the death of 4 men. And right now, 1 man is being questioned. According to investigators, 67-year-old Joe Kennedy was arrested in Florida while driving a stolen vehicle. He's been named a person of interest in the deaths of 4 men whose bodies were found last week in the Deep Fork River. Okmulgee Police Chief Joe Prentice telling us that investigators are still piecing together exactly what led to their deaths. Now, Chief Prentice declined to call Kennedy a suspect, and he has not been charged in Oklahoma. And as we approach Election Day, former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice visited Crystal Bridges in Bentonville. Now, she was there for an evening of conversation ahead of the America Leads, an Ideas Summit. That's happening today. 5 News reporter Rachel Williams tells us about this.
Democracy is not a spectator sport. And that is the lesson for all of us, which is that these are remarkable institutions. They have done extraordinarily well, but it's up to each and every one of us to meet its challenges every day.
Hundreds of people gathered at the sold-out event for Condoleezza Rice. This was the first high-profile conversation in a series, all organized and inspired by the We the People Museum exhibit.
It's incredibly important for her to help frame this conversation about the importance of democracy and the importance of strong institutions to sustain what we hold so dearly in this country, which is democracy and freedom.
Dr. Rice spoke on various topics throughout the night, but the start of the discussion focused on the future of American democracy.
But I want to say one thing, it's not self-sustaining.
The former Secretary of State encourages everyone to participate in the political process.
And so, yes, voting is important, and yes, working in campaigns is important. But if each and every one of us, whatever issue is most important to you, you decided, I'm going to work on that, I'll bet 300 million of us doing that, we might actually make progress and not just leaving it to the government to do.
The conversation highlighted Dr. Rice's beliefs that voting and democracy are privileges.
Democracy is the institutionalization of freedom. Democracy cannot exist without freedom. And freedom won't last very long if it's not institutionalized. What the founders understood was that human freedom is a great thing, but unless you channel it in some ways, it can simply be the will of the mob.
Well, the next conversation of the series is on November 10th with Carrie Mae Weems, former First Lady, and U.S. Senator Hillary Clinton is scheduled for November 30th. Now you can head to 5newsonline.com for the full schedule of those public talks. All right, well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. Catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more. Have a great day.